I am not driving this Tesla. I am on the roads here in... Oh, I've just cut off a bus. Oops. I'm in the roads in Australia and full self-driving is coming soon. This is going to be a crazy video. Clearly, there's still some things in the system it needs to work out before it goes fully live. So it is a exciting and weird day today because for the first time ever, we are going to be trying out full self-driving in any right-hand drive market. Right now, full self-driving is available in only a very select few countries like the US, Canada, Mexico. I think Puerto Rico is in there as well for whatever reason. But either way, we are the first in Australia, in fact, anywhere else in the world to drive this, especially in right-hand drive. So they've been teasing this full self-driving thing for a little while now. They've been doing hook turns in Melbourne, which if you're from Melbourne, you know just how difficult those are. They've been driving in Sydney. And this is the first time they're filming anything in Brisbane, but they've been testing this out here because Tesla full self-driving is apparently coming. Now, classic Tesla, we have no idea when. They say it's incredibly soon. They're saying that this is pretty much the final full self-driving available. So that's kind of crazy. We're going to test it out and you're going to get my first reactions to how it goes. Is it good or is it shit? We're going to find out, but check this out. Let's look at what we're driving in. So this is of course the Model 3 Highland. It's a huge improvement over what came before. And that is because essentially 50% of the platform underneath was upgraded and made so much better. So the thing that enables the full self-driving in this, you can see it over here, are these cameras. So controversially, Tesla did remove sensors other than cameras from this car. So you can see it's got a very clean bumper with zero sonar. It's got no radar. Instead, it uses a full camera-based system, and what that apparently allows for is, well, full self-driving. Actually, one of my biggest gripes when I was testing out the Model 3 Highland and also the Model Y, and you can go watch those reviews afterwards, was actually the camera on the inside, which is integral to this whole process because you can see it here. This camera right here, it has a full vision of the entire cockpit, and if you are not looking, it will kick you out. Now, I haven't actually driven in this yet, so we're gonna find out what it's like to do full self-driving, but it's an extremely cool day, and I feel quite privileged to have been invited. So this will be cool, but I'm gonna give you my unfiltered, unadulterated thoughts on full self-driving. It's a full loop. In fact, when Tesla invited me, it was like a week ago, and this thing is hours long, this journey, but I have to go to New Zealand in like a few hours, but I was like, no, fly me up to Brisbane for like 2 hours so I can test this out because I want to let you guys know. So shut up. Let's find out what it's like with full self-driving. Alrighty guys, I'm kind of shitting myself. I've never been in a self-driving car. It feels totally unnatural to get into a car that's about to drive itself by itself. But I've set it all up here. Right now it says start FSD, press and hold. So that's what I'm gonna do. I won't be able to record on my phone because of this camera. You are not allowed to do anything without this camera's permission. So I have to be looking at the road, which is exactly how I would want it anyway. I don't trust you either to drive on your phone. We gotta keep our hands on the steering wheel, look forward and be good boys, all right? All girls. Okay, I've done it. Oh shit. I am pooing myself. Okay, whoa. I know this is like weird, guys, but this is my first time ever being in a car that's driving itself. I don't know what to do with my hands. Do I keep my hands here? Like, okay, so let's talk about this experience. It was pretty funny when they invited us here. They took us to a proving ground and then they're like, sneaky Tesla, you're actually gonna be driving this not in the proving ground, but out on public roads. Now, there are definitely caveats. Obviously, this is not paid for by Tesla or anything like that. We would always tell you if it was. They've just invited us here to test this out. Not that Tesla would ever pay media anyway. Okay, we're about to do a right-hand turn onto a street. This is a highway, 80 kilometers an hour. I'm gonna turn this camera a bit so you can see cars coming. I'm actually myself. Come on. What? Nah, that is cool. That is really cool. Okay, back to the caveats though, because they exist. If you don't have hardware 4, which is, and by the way, I'm looking forward because otherwise it will disconnect. If you don't have hardware 4, which means that you don't have the latest in-camera system, then this simply will not work for you. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay. Whoa. I can't even finish, I'm blown away. If you are one of those people that bought one of the earlier Model 3s, the earlier Model Ys, then you are out of luck. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get full self-driving. It is only available on what will be the latest. So that does include a lot of the later versions of the Model Y. In fact, the two cars we have testing here, we've all been allocated a car, a Model 3 and a Model Y, but the older Model Y. This is of course the newer Model 3. Now Tesla did stipulate that this is not final. And the reason they said that is because this thing would be going a little bit slower than the speed limit. Right now the speed limit is 70, we're going 55. So I know if I was the car behind me, I'd be like, what the f***, speed up. But anyway, like I said, it's not final, but they say it's pretty much final. And this is what they're gonna be rolling out very soon, whatever that truly means. Oh no, it's going really slow. Oh, we're going 39 around a corner. I feel bad. Oh, I'm gonna speed up. Here's the other thing. You can take over as well, and it's pretty intuitive. If you want to re-engage, all you have to do is press the autopilot once, and now we're back in. But again, it doesn't like to go too fast. Now, like I said, I'm supposed to be going on an international trip in like 3 hours, and so I only have one camera with me, so I'm gonna need to change the angle here, but check this out. You're about to see something absolutely wild. So as you can see, I've done something a bit rogue here. You know, I've kind of pulled into an area I shouldn't really be in. In fact, I'm on someone's private property. Let's see if we can figure this one out. So I'm at a stop. I'm just gonna press go. Oh, so this is gonna be me manually doing it, and then let's turn it back on. All right, we're on. This is wild. This is just so wild. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. And obviously this is my job, like this is my career, driving cars. And there's something almost a bit sad, right? Because how's it go around a roundabout? Let's check this out. It just does it very cautiously. It's probably better than bombing it. There is something a little bit sad about this, right? Taking out the ability to drive, especially as a car enthusiast, like this goes against everything that I love. However, for the average punter, you know, the normal person where you're just commuting, you know, your car is an extension of your transportation, then this is 100% the way of the future. Like this makes total sense to me. I do again have people up on my ass, which makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. But as you can see, I'm not doing anything. My hands are here. My feet are next to the pedals. They're ready to press on them because you need to be ready to press on them, but I'm not driving the car. The car is literally driving itself. And this is wild. This is just insane. Let's see how it handles this. We're breaking off of this side road now onto a highway. It hasn't indicated yet. We have cars trying to cut in. It started indicating now. Now, you might be wondering, how is it processing all of this? Well, you can see the display here, which shows exactly what the car is seeing right now. And it is picking up absolutely everything. You can see the lane markings, you can see whether it's a dash line or a solid line, and all of the cameras are processing 36 times per second to pull together an image and choose the direction of travel based on the most likely scenario. It goes to an onboard processor. So every Tesla actually has this built in. You just have to pay that $10,000 essentially to unlock it. And that will process all of the information and choose the best case scenario based on all of the likely scenarios. So they've got this really cool graphic on their website that I looked up earlier, which shows like all of the different kind of edge cases where people will run in front of you, or someone's on a scooter, like just dumb shit, dumb human shit. And it will be able to work all of that out. We're now entering a highway where it's a zip line merge, so it's done that successfully. And then we need to get up to speed, although I'm not hoping that this will get up to speed, to be honest. And hopefully it doesn't just sit in the right lane, because that would be awkward. But yeah, we have cars fast approaching. Obviously we have slower traffic in front of us, and it's just managing the whole thing. And I'm comfortable. I'm just looking forward, you know? I'm having a great time. Now, there is the broader question of why are Tesla doing this now? And I think that's a really interesting question. Tesla sales in Australia and kind of globally have not been great. And that is because of the rise of all these Chinese vehicles. Strong competitors like the BYD C-Line 7, the XPENG G6, the Geely EX5, a bunch of these new competitors are coming in that can make extremely competent cars at a very low price point. Tesla have reduced the price of a lot of their cars. They're extremely competitive, and especially after the updates, the Highland for the Tesla Model 3 3 and the Juniper for the Tesla Model Y, I would say that they are amongst the absolute best of their class. No doubt about that. But how are they different now to a Chinese car? How? It's a good question. The answer is fundamentally, they're kind of not. They were extremely unique, but they kind of aren't anymore because you've had all these Chinese car manufacturers essentially copy them in so many ways. The automatic vents, not a great idea to be honest. They're kind of annoying to use, but Tesla have implemented them incredibly well. Chinese car manufacturers, most haven't. The yoke, again, a Tesla idea that Lexus have now employed in some of their cars. The giant screen that does everything for you. Every car has that now. So Tesla pioneered a lot of this. What makes them different at the moment? Not that much. But what they do have, at least what they purport to have, is the best self-driving features available. And you cannot deny when you're sitting in here in a Tesla on full self-driving in traffic, I haven't touched anything. The car is doing it all itself. This is extremely impressive. And that is why they are bringing this stuff in now. They want to be the most competitive. How do they do that? They need to have something differentiating. And in this case, it's the fact that the Tesla can literally drive itself. Something they have been claiming for years. And like I've always said, you would be nutso schmutzo to be buying the $10,000 FSD package, considering that full self-driving hasn't existed until literally right now, at least not here in Australia or other markets outside of the US. But now that this is here, or at least it's coming, I would 100% recommend it because it is an incredible system. Having now sat in here for a few hours, done my driving loop, it has handled every situation it is thrown in front of it. It has made driving so much easier, so much less burdensome. And the reality is no other company at the moment operating in Australia and in most markets, really anywhere, can make a full self-driving system like Tesla has. They've nailed it, absolutely nailed it. And the fact that it's coming to Australia, I would now recommend getting the full self-driving package only, big caveat here, when it is actually available. Tesla are also famous for making promises that haven't eventuated. So they are saying they are serious. They are saying it is coming very, very, very soon, but wouldn't take our questions on when that would be. So we don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be in a month. It could be never. So keep that in mind. Though really, if they're demonstrating it to us now and considering they need a boost in sales, I can promise you it's coming soon. Please don't beep at me for looking at the camera. All right, we're driving into Tesla CBD right now. You can actually just see, just then it canceled a lane change because a car came into our blind spot. Let's see if it'll do it now. Nice. Okay, I don't know why we've slowed down. Slow down to 40. I don't think it's 40 here. Oh no, it's not 40 here. Speed up. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna manually override that. That wasn't great. Sorry. Clearly, there's still some things in the system it needs to work out before it goes fully live. Okay, I think we need to be in the left lane. Oh, as I say that, it's indicating. How good. It is interesting because it's a corner and we need to indicate, but it's done a good job. Now, another question you might very logically have is, Matt, is this even legal? And the answer is actually yes, because even though this is called full self-driving, it is still supervised. So as long as the full self-driving is in fact supervised and you are ready to take over at any moment, then yeah, this is actually perfectly legal. What would not be legal yet in Australia is if a car could be driven unsupervised. For example, someone sitting in that seat over there. I hope I'm pointing at the right seat. I can't look. So yeah, this is legal in Australia, which is incredible because everything is illegal in Australia. We are possibly one of the most policed countries in the world for good reason, and some might argue for kind of annoying reasons. All right, guys, Daddy Jacob he's called me as we're doing our final park. It's driven us to this random ass park, and now it's...
I'll believe it when I see it.
Now it's parking itself. We're blocking a truck, but that's okay.
That truck can wait for you.
I mean, the fact that it has driven us, Jacob, I can't wait for you to experience this. The fact it has driven us from a random ass park about 2 hours and then parked us at another random ass park, when you can experience this, I think it's going to blow your mind.
Wait, so when you set the destination, it just looks for a spot like near there.
Yeah, and it's done it.
You didn't have to like search on the map for parking or anything. It worked it out.
It just did it.
Holy shit.
This is the future.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
But let me know what you guys think. Is this going to be enough to make you purchase a Tesla, a Model 3 or a Model Y? If you want to go watch our review of those cars pre-full self-driving, I'll leave a link in the description below. And do you agree that it's one of the USPs that Tesla have in their pocket over a Chinese car manufacturer at the moment? Let's be honest, in Australia, most Chinese cars can barely hold themselves in the center of a lane. So for them to be able to drive themselves completely, fully autonomously, it's just such a far off pipe dream, it seems. Of course, if you are interested in being at the forefront of everything happening in cars, make sure you are subscribed to CarSauce, because not only do we get these exclusive invites with Tesla to try out these insane features, we travel all around the world to test out the craziest stuff. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed. You don't want to miss out. And of course, if you want to buy any new car, interestingly, except for Tesla, make sure you Google CarSauce Buy. Our dedicated team of car buyers will help you get the absolute best price on any new car, obligation free. Trust me, it is worth it. Thousands of you have used that service, and thank you very much. It helps us do cool shit like this. All right, Tessie, take me home.